We just want to go see that big flag and then eat some nasi kandar. That's a direct quote, you know? From UMNO Youth Chief Datuk Akmal.
Quite a statement.
It really is. It makes you think, doesn't it? When something like the national flag becomes the center of this kind of public event.
Yeah, the lines get blurry. Patriotism, political moves, it's hard to tell sometimes.
Exactly. And everyone's heard about the initial flag issue at that hardware store in Penang. An error, yes, but the owner fixed it right away.
I apologize, too. Seemed like it should have been the end of it.
But that's not what happened. What came next, with figures like Akmal saying they're going to visit?
Well, it shines a light on our political scene, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
So for you listening, what's
Yeah.
your first reaction when a simple mistake kind of blows up like this, disrupting daily life and all that?
Well, you recapped it well. The hardware store owner in Penang, yes, displayed the flag incorrectly.
Right.
But he owned up to it straight away, apologized, fixed the flag. Logically, you'd think, okay, case closed. But logic doesn't always drive these things, does it? Especially when politics gets involved. And Datuk Akmal, he definitely makes sure it wasn't closed.
Ah, yes, his Facebook post.
Yeah, he shared that news link, the one about the police advising against gathering, and then added that quote, you know, we just want to go see that big flag and then eat some nasi kandar.
It sounded, well, quite defiant, didn't it? Almost like a challenge.
Exactly, like police advice. Noted. But we're still going. It felt like a very deliberate stance. Why do you think he took that approach, especially since the owner had already sorted it out?
Well, what's really telling is why he said he was going. It wasn't just a general look-see.
No.
He specifically said he was going to check if the Democratic Action Party, who apparently gave the store a large flag, had hung their flag correctly outside.
Ah, okay. So shifting the focus.
Precisely. It immediately turned it from, one person's mistake into a political thing between parties.
And then Parakatan National Youth Wing said they'd join him.
That's right, which just amplified it. A local incident suddenly had national political players converging on it.
And the impact on the ground, for ordinary people, it was pretty immediate.
Oh, absolutely. Near that hardware store in Kepala Batas, reports said about half the shops in that row closed up.
Half the row, wow. For the whole day.
Some for the whole day, some just for the afternoon. But think about it, places like a dental clinic, they had appointments scheduled, all canceled.
That's tough.
Exactly. You had to just turn around and go home, still in pain. It really shows how these political gatherings directly affect people's lives, people who have zero connection to the politics of it.
It's a real ripple effect. And then the police started clearing parking spaces, too.
Yeah, around noon, to stop crowds forming near the shops. That was apparently based on police advice to the shop owners themselves, for safety reasons.
I mean, you can understand the safety concern. But for those businesses, closing even for half a day means lost income. Significant losses, they said.
They did. They felt they had to prioritize safety, but it definitely hit them financially. A direct cost for the community, all because of a planned political visit.
Which brings us to the different reactions, the different ways people thought this should be handled.
Right. You had Mohideen Abdul Qadir, the chairman of the Penang Consumer Association. His take was very much about rationality.
What did she say exactly?
He basically urged everyone to look at it calmly. The owner made a mistake, admitted it, apologized. That should be the end. Let's move on.
He warned against escalating it.
Strongly. He warned against turning it into harassment or bullying or stirring up racial feelings, said it would just damage social harmony.
Makes sense. Did he mention other priorities?
Yes, he made a big point about that. Said the country needs to focus its energy on real issues. Manpower shortages, inflation, food supply problems, unemployment, the big stuff.
Framing the flag incident as, what was his term? A minor oversight.
Exactly, a minor oversight. His argument was clear. Don't let this distract from the urgent challenges Malaysia faces. It was all about pragmatism, unity.
A call for calm and focus, but others took a different tack.
Yes, the Democratic Action Party locally had a different response. Lai Kok Peng, their Parliament Liaison Committee chairman.
What was his plan?
He said, regardless of who shows up, Akmal or anyone else, they were going ahead with their plan to give out 831 national flags at that hardware store.
831 flags. Why that number? Any significance?
Possibly related to National Day themes, but the main point was the action itself. He said it was about supporting the owner, number one.
Okay.
And number two, restoring confidence in the community. To stop people becoming, as he put it, afraid of flags, a flag phobia.
Interesting. So less about letting it die down, more about proactive reassurance.
A very different approach, yes. more hands-on community engagement.
And then there was some pretty strong criticism directed back at Akmal and Perikatan National.
Oh, very strong. From Chong Wei-hung, the Penang Democratic Action Party youth wing chief.
What was his take?
He didn't mince words. Called the whole planned flag inspection by Akmal and the Perikatan National Youth Chief Hillman a hypocritical political show.
Hypocritical? Why?
He used the phrase, the pot calling the kettle black, basically accusing them of double standards.
Did he give specifics? You can't just throw that around without backing it up.
He did. He brought up an incident from the 2020 Sabah state election.
Okay, what happened then?
During a Perikatan National Emblem launch event, they apparently used a big screen that displayed the Malaysian flag, the Jalur Gemilang, but it was designed incorrectly.
Incorrectly how?
You know the stripes. There should be 8 red and white stripes above the blue canton and 6 below, 14 total for the states and territories.
Right.
Well, their display allegedly had it flipped. 6 stripes above, 8 below. A pretty noticeable design error, especially for a major political event.
I see. That is quite specific.
And Chong Wei-hung called it a serious design error, a public disregard for the flag's meaning. But his main point was the reaction or lack thereof.
What was the reaction back then?
That's just it. He said no one was outraged back in 2020. No patriotic heroes making videos or demanding apologies. His implication was, why the huge fuss now over a shopkeeper's mistake, but silence then for a mistake by a political coalition.
So a direct challenge based on past events.
A very direct challenge. He basically said to Akmal, if you genuinely care about the flag, you should be consistent. Meaning he should criticize Hillman just as strongly for that 2020 incident. He even urged Akmal to demand an apology from Hamzah Zainuddin, who was the deputy chairman then and presided over the event.
And he claimed there's proof of this 2020 flag.
Yes. Chong Wei-hung pointed out that news reports and social media posts from the time still exist. It wasn't something hidden.
So Chong Wei-hung's conclusion was essentially
that if Akmal ignores this 2020 incident while making a big deal about the Penang one, it proves he's not acting out of genuine patriotism.
But rather,
he's a political actor, just picking issues to create hype when it suits him. That was the accusation. It frames these actions as calculated political theater.
Okay, so stepping back from the specific accusations, when we see these events unfold, the statements, the planned visits, the counterclaims, what are we really looking at? What's driving it all? Is it genuine concern for national symbols?
Or is it something else? Deeper political maneuvering, perhaps?
Right. Leveraging an incident for wider political gain, it does make you question the motives behind these very public displays.
Well, analytically speaking, incidents like this often do become stages. Opportunities for politicians.
Stages for what? Projecting an image.
Exactly. Projecting an image of being patriotic or decisive or defending national honor. It can be a powerful tool to rally support.
Even if the original issue was just an honest mistake?
Especially then, sometimes. Because the focus shifts away from the simple facts and onto the performance, onto the narrative being built around it.
And this can distract from other things, more pressing issues.
It certainly can. It becomes about optics, about who controls the story. It might not be about the flag itself anymore, but about who seems like the strongest defender of the flag, or who can best paint their opponents as hypocritical.
There's also that chilling effect, potentially. People becoming scared to even handle national symbols for fear of making a mistake.
That's a valid concern. Does it create a climate of fear? Does inflating minor incidents make us numb when real crises happen? It shifts public discourse from substance to symbolism. And that shift has consequences.
It really does. Which leads to a big question for all of us watching this happen. When our daily lives get caught in the crossfire, clinics closing, businesses losing money, police resources tied up, how do we tell the difference?
The difference between what's genuinely important, what needs our focus,
and what might just be, a well-staged political performance playing out for other reasons. It's hard to discern sometimes.
It is. And this whole sequence of events, the flag mistake, the planned visit, the community impact, it's really a textbook example, isn't it?
Of how fast things can escalate.
Exactly. How a small, local issue can blow up into a national political flashpoint. It shows how symbols meant to unite us can sometimes be used, intentionally or not, Interaction between symbols, politics, and everyday life.
Yeah, it definitely gives you pause. Makes you wonder about the real cost of it all, not just the financial cost in ringgit for those businesses.
So that's real enough.
True. But also the cost to our, well, our collective attention span, our social harmony, our ability to actually tackle the big problems facing the country. It's something to think about long after this specific story fades. Remember to like and subscribe for more videos like this.